Hey guys, so I decided to do another video today and it's gonna be a story time. So I have so many stories, so I decided to tell one about the time I became best friends with the side chick. I know. But this happened a long time ago. We still talk till today. And I love storytime videos, so I decided why not do some storytime videos myself. So this all started when I believe I was I think I was 15 at the time when I met my ex. His name will be Daniel. So I met Daniel when I was 15 and I just moved to a new city. I didn't have much friends. I started a new school and I met him on T.Wire, which is kind of like MySpace, I guess, for Toronto and the Toronto area. So I met him on T.Wire, and he's like, we should meet up. So we met up, and we started dating. I believe I was 15, so if I was 15, he was 18 because he was 3 years older than me. So we started dating, and he was a dog, but he was like my first legit boyfriend, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have a boyfriend, someone likes me. So I just felt special to be liked. And he would come to my school. He would like meet me after school, and I felt so special. All my boyfriends come to meet me because it was like cool to have a boyfriend at a different school, an older boyfriend, and he lived kind of far away, so I felt special that he was coming to my school like at least 3 times a week to come and meet me and want me home and all those things. So I'm like, yes, I'm gonna marry him. We're gonna spend our life together. I was just a little naive 15-year-old girl, and we were together for a while till I turned 17. Till I turned 16. We were together, and then I noticed like little things happening with him, like random girls would be writing things on his T.Wire page. I didn't have Facebook at the time. I don't think Facebook was even a thing then. It was Black Planet, T.Wire, those kinds of things we used. MySpace was around, but we didn't use MySpace as much. I don't know, I don't think we used MySpace as much as Americans. We used like High Five and those kinds of things. But so I would notice like him writing comments on certain girls' T.Wire page, girls writing certain comments on his T.Wire, but I would always ignore it because I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, there was nothing too incriminating, and I was in love. So I was like, whatever, it's okay, a little naive child. So, like, our relationship it wasn't, like, the greatest relationship because I had very strict parents. I wasn't really allowed to go anywhere. Like, I would skip school every now and then, and I never used to skip school before. But I started skipping school every now and then to go and be with this guy at his house. The way I would get him to come over to my house, I would just tell my mom that, like, because he had braids, so I'd be like, oh, I have to braid my friend's hair. And so she would let him come over, and because I couldn't tell her that he was my boyfriend. No, my Jamaican mother? No. Who's your boyfriend? Jesus? Must be. Okay. So I'd be like, yeah, he's my friend. I'm just gonna braid his hair for him, and then he'd come over, and that's like basically how we spend time together. So, we didn't spend as much time together as I'm sure he would have liked. And one day I stayed home from school. I don't even know why I stayed home from school. I just remember I didn't go to school that day, and I was on the computer and I saw somebody send me a message on T.Wire, and it was this girl. And I had seen this girl before, and I asked him about her, and he was like, oh no, she's just a girl that I was talking to. Like, I was talking to her on here on T.Wire, and she just started liking me, and I told her I have a girlfriend, but she's just crazy and all this stuff about the girl. So I was like, okay, whatever, because people are kind of crazy. So I didn't like think anything about it past that. And then when she messaged me, I'm like, why is this girl messaging me? So I checked it, and it was during the day. So I'm like, why is this girl messaging me during the day? So I checked it, and she's like, oh, are you dating Daniel? And I'm like, well, she used his nickname, but I'm just going to say Daniel. And I'm like, yeah, like, that's my boyfriend. And she's like, oh, yeah, well, I'm dating him too. I was like, okay, well, what do you mean you're dating? Like, how long have you guys been dating? You know, asking all these questions. I was trying not to be too hostile because I'm a person that I don't like to be mad at the other woman, and or at the side chick or at the main chick. I don't like to take out my anger on the other female. And I guess that's when I realized that that's the kind of personality I had. I've always said it, but you know, you never really know how you're going to do in a situation until you're actually in the situation. So I've always said like, oh, I wouldn't fight over a man, blah, blah, blah. But then when that was the first time I was actually ever confronted in a situation like that. And I was like, I was just talking to her like, okay, so how long you guys been dating? She's like, oh, I'm at his house right now. And she's like, give me your number and I'll call you. So I gave her my number and she called me. She's like, oh yeah, I'm at his house right now. I just took the phone and ran into the bathroom to call you because he wouldn't give me your number. And I told him I'm going to call you and da da da. And I was like, oh, so you're at his house. She's like, yeah, I'm at his house right now. And he's banging on the door. And I could hear him banging on the door and calling her name. He's like, let's give her a nickname. He's like, Samantha, open the door, open the door, open the door. And I can hear him. And I'm like, what the hell? So I guess when he realized that we were talking after a while, he stopped banging on the phone. And we just talked for a little bit. And she's like, it's so crazy. And, oh, I stayed home because it was our 6-month anniversary. And he was supposed to come over to my house because my mom was at work. And he gave me some stupid excuse why he couldn't come. So he ended up not coming to my house, but I was already home, so I just stayed home. That's why. So it made me even more upset to know that you were supposed to spend time with me. And on our 6-month anniversary, like, you're with another girl. It hurt my feelings so bad. But anyways, I digress. So she's like, hey, you know what? I'm about to go home. I'm leaving here right now. I'm going to go home and I'll call you. So I was like, okay, cool. It did look like she left right away because she called me within the space of like half an hour, 45 minutes. And we had to take bus everywhere. The bus system in Brampton, where I live, is not good at all. Well, it wasn't at that time. This was like in 2005 or 2006. So like, no, it was not good. Now it's okay, but don't try anything bad. If you have anywhere to go, just leave time. So she got home in like she called me like half an hour, 45 minutes. So I'm like, it looks like she legit like left and went straight home. So when she called me, we started talking about everything. And she's like, oh, I'm at his house almost every day. And I'm always there. And she's like, and then I kind of laughed at her a little bit. I shouldn't have laughed at her because this is when I kind of realized, okay, you're kind of a side chick because you don't really know stuff. Because she's at his house every day. And she's like, oh yeah, I met his mom. And I'm like, irks. Wait. You met his mom? She's like, yeah, I met his mom. And I'm like, how'd you meet his mom? His mom lives in the States. She's like, so I was like, how'd you meet his mom? Like, his mom lived in the States. She's like, are you serious? And she's like, oh, he told me that the people that he lived with, like, that's his family, like, that's his mom, and those are his brothers. I'm like, no, that's not his brother, boo-boo. So I kind of realized that he was kind of lying to her, and I'm like, so I don't know. I feel like in my young brain, I use that to justify staying with him because I'm like, oh, he really loves me. That's why he told me the truth. And he didn't tell her the truth. So that's why, I guess that's why I decided to stay with him. Stupid. So we did stay together after that. She told me she was going to stop talking to him. But the thing, it was kind of awkward because she had friends at my school. And she would come to my school sometimes too. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like, is this girl still dating him? And like, just then we, like, when I would see her, I wouldn't be rude to her and she wouldn't be rude to me, but it was just like, hey, hi, hey, hi. And she told me to stop talking to him, and I stopped talking to him for a little bit, but then I started talking to him again because he told me, oh, he loves me and da 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 and da da da. And then his friends talked to me. His friends like, oh, he really does love you and you're the best thing that happened to him. So I was like, okay, I do love him, and you know, all relationships are gonna go through problems, so just stay with him, like, just be with him. Anyways, if I could talk to my younger self and just give my younger self some advice, oh boy, the things that I would avoid. But anyways, I decided to stay with him after that. And then again, she contacted me and she's like, you guys are still dating? I'm like, yeah. You guys are still dating? She's like, yeah. And I guess after that she decided to stop talking to him. I don't remember the full details, but she stopped talking to him, and then me and her became like cordial, and then we became friends on Facebook. This is when Facebook came out. Now we became friends on Facebook, and it was just so weird. And I'm to the point now where we're so close now that I care about her so much. Like, she's an important person in my life, and she doesn't live in Canada anymore. But even with her not living here, it's like I think about her constantly. I'm like, I hope she's okay. I wonder if she's doing good. I just always want her, like, her best interest is always in my heart. And it's like, she's so important to me, and I don't know, like, I love her. So it's like, I love this person. I've grown to love this person that I met in the weirdest way possible, that because we were both dating the same guy. And in a weird way, I kind of thank him for her. And I feel like if it wasn't for him putting her in my life, certain things, like, we would have never been friends, even though we had mutual friends. But I feel like that's that connection, that bond, I guess we have. But yeah, so now we're really good friends, and we talk often. Don't talk every day, but we do talk very frequently during the week. And she's just so close to me. So yeah. And that was the time that I became best friends with the side chick. So the moral of the story is, the reason, what should I say? The reason we were able to become friends is because we weren't stupid. I want to say we weren't stupid. We didn't think, oh, you're with my man, and we never had those kind of arguments. I've had those kind of arguments with other girls that were with him. That's another story for another day. But I've never had those kind of arguments with her. So I guess because of that, I was able to gain a friend out of such a bad situation. And it's just don't close your heart, don't close your mind to growing from every situation. Every situation I go through, I try to find a lesson in it, you know. And I have a tattoo that says no regrets, just lessons learned. And I don't regret the hurt that I went through at that age. Now I think about it, at that age I was like, oh my god, oh my god. But now it's like, you know, it happened, I was hurt, and I'm good now, you know. I learned from it, I gained a really great friend from it, and on to the next, you know. So just always try to learn a lesson from every situation, because if you don't learn a lesson, then it becomes like, it's like you went through that for no reason, you know. So I would like to think that everything that I go through is for a reason, and I try to find that reason in every situation. So always try to find, they always say look to the brighter side, but always try to find a silver lining in every situation that you go through, and don't close your mind to the possibility of learning from it, no matter how painful it is to you. So guys, that's the end of my story. I do have so many more story times to tell you. Like, I was thinking about it, I'm like, I've had a crazy life. Like, I have so much stories, and the stories keep on happening. So yeah, I'll upload more story times, and I hope you guys love this type of video. Just give me your feedback down below in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and help grow the family. Have a great day, guys. Love you.